Hello everyone and welcome to the video. Today I'll be unboxing the newly released iPhone 13 Pro. If you do decide to pick one up, I've left a few links down in the description below, so be sure to check that out. Okay guys, so let's begin by opening the box. So the Pro series comes in a black box without any cellophane, which is great for the environment, to reduce the amount of plastic. So I decided to pick up the Sierra blue color, which actually looks stunning as you can see, and it's a shame as consumers we tend to order a case right away for protection. So we don't actually get to take in the aesthetic beauty of the color and the design for too long. But you know what guys, I'm actually not going to be purchasing a case. I am a big fan of the fixed side bezels, which makes the phone feel very secure in my hands. However, I can already tell that fingerprints will be noticeable due to the reflective surface. On the sides you can find of course the typical iPhone buttons that we've seen in previous iPhones, such as the volume buttons, the on and off button, the SIM card tray and the silent switch. And of course at the bottom we have the Type-C charging port. The iPhone 13 is slightly heavier than the iPhone 12, sitting at 204 grams, and this is due to the larger 3000 milliamp battery, thus giving you an increased battery life, which in my opinion is very well worth it. So at the back we have the camera module, which is actually significantly larger than the 12 Pro, which consists of three 12 megapixel lenses. The first is an f1.5 wide lens, and then we have an f2.8 telephoto lens, and lastly an f1.8 ultra wide lens. In addition to this, we have 3 times optical zoom and up to 6 times digital zoom, alongside the smart HDR4, which can recognize up to 4 people. The forward facing camera has now shifted to the left side of the phone and provides a 12 megapixel f2.2 camera, which is capable of recording 4K 60 in HDR. In the box we have the Lightning to USB-C charging cable. However, no charging brick is included, which means you have to buy your own if you don't want to charge your phone using a laptop. Next we have the SIM tray pin alongside minimal Apple paperwork and of course the awesome Apple sticker. Okay, and onto the setup process. I will be speeding this up guys, so do bear that in mind. Okay, and then we have the Apple logo followed by a hello greetings, which looks quite cool. And then moving on to selecting your language and the country that you live in. Of course I live in the UK. And then moving on to data and privacy, Face ID will set up later, and then creating your own password. And then here you're able to select how you want your data and apps to be transferred. I'll do that later of course. Now logging into your Apple account, accepting some terms and conditions. Location services, whether you want to enable or disable that. I'll just go for disable for now. And then if you want to add your Apple wallet, okay, again, set up later. And then your iCloud keychain. Analytics, you want to share it. I don't want to share it, of course. And the appearance. So guys, you have the option to go for light mode and dark mode. I prefer dark, so I want to go for that because I have very dry eyes. All right, which is easy on my eyes. And then you can choose standard or zoomed. Standard is the standard layout, and then zoomed is where the apps look slightly larger in size. And here we go guys, we have the beautiful 120Hz Pro Motion display, which is actually butter smooth. It's not choppy at all. Swiping feels very responsive. It just feels great. So this video is only an initial setup, it's not the full review. So I'm just going to go over quickly the camera. That's why I kind of explore the new settings they may have. So we'll set this up later. That's like basically adding different filters to your video and your photos. We have the photo, of course, we're able to kind of zoom in at 0.5, 1 and 3 times. We also have the portrait mode, which is of course we've seen before in other iPhones, where you want to take awesome portraits of people or objects, etc. All right, and then kind of going back, we have of course video, and here we go, we have the new cinematic video mode, which records in 1080p HDR with the ability to detect and focus on people's faces whilst blurring the backgrounds and going from one face to another, which is quite cool. And then we have the slow-mo mode, and lastly the time-lapse mode as well. Okay, so we've got quite a few options, which is really nice. The iPhone 13 Pro does come with a new A15 Bionic chip, so do expect the phone to be faster than the iPhone 12 Pro. Additionally, this phone will also allow you to use up to 6 gigs of RAM, which is really cool. And side by side, we have the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus and the iPhone 13 Pro. Of course, the Samsung Galaxy is, much lengthier in size. However, the iPhone 13 Pro does have thicker bezels, which in my opinion does look much better than the Samsung's. It feels much sturdier in the hands and, more aesthetically pleasing to look at. However, there is a lot of fingerprints, as you can see on the iPhone 13. Okay guys, I hope you found the video to be somewhat useful. If you did, I would appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video so YouTube can show this video to more people. As always, thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
It's not a game.